Shalom, everybody. How's everybody day? How's everybody doing? Hopefully everyone's week is going by well, and hopefully everybody's doing well as well. Okay, so we're gonna go into forwardness today. All right, so I'm gonna jump down to the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 3:31. Okay, here we go. Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So we have oppressors set up over us, right? Due to Deuteronomy 28:15, due to our forefathers not following the commands of Lord, and all the unrighteousness from the hands of Israel. The Lord set oppressors over us, but when Hamashiach came, He delivered us from those such things. He delivered us from such captivity, right? He told us just to follow His ways and have faith on Him, right? But these oppressors still somehow set over the people, right? Because not everybody, um, you know, has the knowledge of the Lord like that. So these oppressors, right? We can't choose none of their ways. We can't choose the way they handle courts, the way they choose business, the way they choose their lifestyles, right? You can't follow none of those ways, right? For the forward is abomination to Yahweh, but his secret is with the righteous. So here we have a forward. Forward. The Most High doesn't like forward, right? He doesn't like the forward man. But his secret is with the righteous man. So we're gonna go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 28. A forward man soweth strife. See, so a forward man soweth strife, and a whisper separate the chief friends. So we're gonna go right here into the Webster, and we're gonna look up the word forward. Perverse, that is turning from the aversion of reluctance, not willing to yield or comply with what is required, unyielding, ungovernable, refractory, disobedient, peevish, as a forward child. They are very forward generation, children whom is no fair. Okay, so that's Deuteronomy 32. But the forwardness, the Most High doesn't like it. This man, he cannot be governed. He cannot be told for him to follow obedience. His ways are perverse. His ways are peevish. His ways are that of a child. He goes against with what is supposed to be, was supposed to be basic, basically. He goes against it, right? So if four man sow strife, so this man sow strife. Now, strife, that's contention, that's debate, that's, you know, that's basically, okay, extortion or contention for superiority, contest of immolation, either by intellectual or physical effort. Strife may be carried on between students or between mechanics. So right here we have contention, see, and anger and enmity, contest, struggle for victory, quarrel of war, meaning this person, when he gets heated, his mouth is going to be basically set on some edge. Basically, he might say some foul things, so that way you can feel bad about yourself, that way he can feel good about himself, right? Because this man, he soweth strife up, he soweth this contention, he soweth this enmity, right? Why? Because he has a spirit on him, because his thoughts is perverse, right? Meaning within inside of himself, he thinks about things that are not of the Lord, thinks about things to go against the Lord, right? And a whisper separates chief friends. Nobody likes a whisper, because a whisper is a man that speaks behind someone's back, and they just literally tell secrets, or they just make up any type of lie, right, for the other person to just be looked at as like, bad or whatever, right? So I'm going to jump down to the book of Proverbs now, right over here. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so is a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. So instead of speaking to a forward man or a man that causes strife, look up to a man that sharpeneth your skills, a man that sharpeneth your edge, right? A man that always has your back, a man that keeps you on your toes, a man that keeps you alert, a man that always has your best interest. For this man, he will sharpeneth your countenance. He will sharpeneth your your wisdom, your understanding, your knowledge. He will increase you. He will help you, right? That is what you count a friend of worthiness. So instead of looking for the man that causes strife, look more for the man that brings you knowledge, brings you wisdom, sharpens your skills, sharpens your mind, right? Always keeps you unpolished, basically. So that way you yourself can understand situations. You yourself are not looking forward to do things that are against the Most High. Instead, you're looking forward to do things that are with the Most High, doing things that please the Most High, right? So I'm gonna jump down to the book of Proverbs 18:1. Through desire, a man having separated himself seeketh intermediate with all wisdom. So over here we have a man that desires things, right? He separateth himself and seeketh intermediate with all wisdom, right? A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. So over here we have this man. Okay, he might intermediate with all wisdom, but guess what? He delights in understanding, right? Because why? Wisdom helps him. Understanding increases him. Understanding, knowledge feeds him. So he doesn't have wisdom upon one thing. He has wisdom on many things. So therefore, he's sharp. He's like an iron that sharpeneth the sword. Basically, he's polishing himself. The Lord is supplementing with him, right? A fool hath no delight in understanding. So a man doesn't go for wisdom or doesn't increase his knowledge, right? How can he have understanding of things? How can he have experience of things? He can't, see. But that his heart might discover itself, meaning, okay, this man, once he gets his understanding increased, right? He meets that friend that sharpen up his countenance, right? He gets to discover itself that it is best to do the will of the Lord, is the best thing to follow God's command, is best to have friends that sharpeneth you, right? Instead of causing strife and debate and contention with people, right? Always trying to debate them, always trying to let them know that they're wrong or they're right, right? I mean, let the people speak, right? Let the you just have strong discernment. If you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, then let it pass by you, but not to cause no strife nor debate, right? So I'm gonna jump down to the book of verse 24 actually, right here. Proverbs 18 and verse 24. A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. So over here we have this man, right? He sticketh closer than his brother. Why? Because he cares for him like as for himself, because he follows the Lord, meaning he's gonna love himself as he loves, I mean, he's gonna love his neighbor as he loves himself. So therefore he can understand to show love, to show friendship, to show that he's gonna be there for that person. He has that person's back, right? So that's the best thing right there, to always have somebody like that, to always have friends that can sharpen with you, to have friends that can prove themselves to you, that they're willing to be there for you, right? Okay, yeah, sure, sometimes, might be a little debate, but that's just sharpening up the skills though, because now once they combine together, they understand, so therefore they increase in the knowledge, they increase with the Lord. Okay, go to Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 9. Right here, ornament and perfume rejoice the heart, so doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Again, see, a man that sharpeneth you is gonna give you that hearty counsel, that such and such and such and such, right? He's gonna give you a few pointers on the experience of his life, right, for you to increase and for you to be better in yours, so that way you can help him out. Because if he helps you out, then your return is to help him out, because that's what friends are for, right? Ornament and perfume rejoice the heart, right? So doth the sweetness of a man's friend. So just by a man's sweetness, it just brings you at this level of like peace, joy, happiness. Why? Because this man, he has a hearty counsel. This man basically loves you, right? This man basically he will be there for you, right? He'll give you counsel, basically. Okay, I'm gonna jump down to verse 9. Or Slakia. Verse 10. Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of the calamity. For better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. So here, see, the Lord is letting you know to make friends with your neighbor, right? Make friends with your father's friend and forsake them not, right? Because why? They're right there for you. They're going to be right there for you. They're going to help you out, right? When they're going to just give you that helping hand. Now, let's say one of your brother that is far off from, he lives in another another city, another area, right? He's far from you, right? How can you go to him? How can you seek his help, right? Because the help that you're seeking is supposed to be right now. It's supposed to be at the moment, right? So that's what the neighbors are for, is to help you out, is to give you that insightful news of that they're gonna be there for you, that they're gonna give you this counsel, they're gonna give you a justifiable cause for you to, make yourself lift up yourself, or make yourself have the strong discernment on what you're about to do, right? So let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 11. Okay. He that loveth pureness of heart for the grace of his lips, the kings the king shall be his friend. So he that loveth pureness of heart, meaning just pure joy, love, happiness, and you like that for yourself, so therefore you like that in others, right? And your lips are just basically the sweet counsel of the Lord. The person reads a lot, he understands what the Lord is trying to tell him, so therefore you can give counsel to his friend, right? The king shall be his friend because that's what the king loves. He loves that. He loves pureness of heart, right? And he also loves graceful lips, right? So basically, right, if you can master these things, then the king will be your friend. Basically, the Lord says that it shall be your friend, meaning it will come, right? It will happen, right? Okay, right here I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 9. Book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 9. He that covereth transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separate very friends. So over here we have somebody, okay, yeah, they made a transgression, right? But guess what? He's trying to cover it. He's trying to repent from it. He's trying to make amends, right, to, whatever it was. He's not looking forward to do it again. He's looking forward to a new light, a new path, right? Have mercy on him, right? Of course, and the Lord as well, right? This man seeketh love. He seeketh basically for him to feel love and for him to have that love, basically. Why? Because he wants to be pardoned from his transgression. So let him be pardoned from his transgression, right? But he that repeateth a matter separate the very friend. So if this man, okay, he made a transgression, right? Okay, and then he makes the same transgression multiple times, right? This man, sooner or later, he's gonna see that his very own friends are gonna separate from him. Why? Because he keeps on doing the same transgressions to them over and over and over again, right? Okay, yeah, they gave him the apologies, right? They reconciled, but he did it again, right? Okay, and he apologized, he did it, whatever, right? Okay, but guess what? This man is gonna separate from this man, right? And once he separates from this man, meaning the other man is no longer gonna give him that transgression. There's no more longer gonna give him that same matter over and over again. Why? Because he has separated himself from those things, right? It's best to separate yourself, right? If this person is doing really harm to you and they make you cry and they make you feel like you're less than nothing, or they put hands on you, right? Or something that's very, like, evil, right? Separate from these very people, right? The Lord will tell you to separate from those people, because why? they're gonna repeat the transgression again, right? And what's that gonna do to you? It's gonna make you feel all bad again, right? So instead of going through that pain, instead of going through um, that same matter, right? Just separate from that man. Why? Why? Because it's just the greatest thing to do, right? You'll find yourself to be more at peace and more at love. Plus, when you find somebody that can give you that hearty counsel like that you need, then they'll let you know, hey, it's best for you to, such and such and such and such. So, with that right there, I'm gonna go down to the book of Proverbs 19:4. Proverbs 19:4. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. So here we have wealth, right? Okay, this person is wealthy, right? Okay, he has many friends, okay. And the poor is separated from his neighbor. Why? Because the poor man, you always gotta help him out, right? But one thing it is right here, the Lord tells you, better is the poor that walketh in integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. So over here we have that perverseness again. The man that causes strife, the man that is a forward man, the man that's always looking forward to start contention, to start strife. This man has a perverse lips. Why? Because when you speak to him, he's gonna get out of hand. He's gonna say something, right? That's not what you're looking forward. No one's looking forward for that. No one's looking towards that, to find a man like that, right? Okay, right here. Also, the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. So there it goes again. The knowledge, right? This man, okay, yeah, he intermeddleth with all wisdom, but guess what? The Lord is supplementing him with knowledge. The Lord is supplementing with understanding, right? Because why? It is not well for the soul to be without knowledge. See, a soul that is without knowledge, then that man doesn't know. He doesn't really know too much, right? That's not what you're looking forward to. It is not good. Right? And he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. There goes again that forwardness. This man, he's looking to go against the Most High, so he set his feet to sin. Basically, he's looking forward to do this. He's looking forward to make amends, and not make amends, but make strife and cause enmity between people. The foolishness of man perverseth his way, and his heart fainteth against Yahweh. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor separate from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, they yet they are wanting to him. Right? So right here is a perfect example of many will entreat you, right? If that of the prince, right? And every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. So you giving gifts to people, then you become many friends with people, right? All the brethren of the poor do hate him, right? How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. See, he pursueth them. This poor man, he pursueth them with words, right? He basically like, come on now, man. The guy needs to be rehabilitated once over again, put back into a higher standard, right? For him not to feel so low and for him not to feel poor, right? That's what basically what it comes down to, is to uplift this poor man up. Better is the man that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. So we have two kinds of poor people. We have the poor man that walketh in his integrity, but we also have the poor man that's perverse in his lips and is a fool. Right? We have seen it, right? And nobody wants to go through that no more. Right? Okay, I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. See? A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. So here we have this man that speaketh contention, speaketh lies, and speaketh a whole bunch of strife, right? This man, right, he will be found punishable, basically. When he is found punishable, then people are going to be like, wow, see, told you, you shouldn't be doing those things, or you should have just listened, right? One of those two type of things. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. Right. So over here we have the delight. It's not seemly for a fool, right? Come on now. Much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over transgression. So we here we have this man, the hearty counsel of the man that has, beautiful lips, and he has basically nice counsel. This man right here will find glory, right? And he will pass over transgression. Why? Because he will use the Lord and the knowledge of the Lord for him to pass over whatever the transgression was, right? He'll get over it, right? And that way he can become reconciled again and seek that love that he's looking for, right? So it's just best to have a friend that gives you counsel and a friend that sharpens your skills than a man that doesn't really give you no type of knowledge, and his lips are perverse and he causes strife and debate, right? So those are the two types of man, right? You have the hearty counsel of the man that seeketh knowledge of the Lord and gives it to the people, right? And then you have the other man, which is he slacketh, he perverse, he goes against God, right? He speaketh much, but it's just it's not there, it's not fully there yet, right? So, with that, just have strong um discretion towards the people and who you speak to and who you're trying to align yourself with, right? Because it's best to find yourself a friend that can help you out in any way, shape, or form. But you gotta have strong discernment. You gotta have strong discernment for him not to play with you, and for him not to give you no perverse lips, and for him not to give you no forward thoughts neither.